Okay, hello everybody. My name is Felix, also known as Bonus, and in this video we'll rig a character with fingers and an object to hold. And in this case, this character represents a hockey player, so he's going to hold a hockey stick in one hand, and then we're gonna make a constraint that it's possible to use with both hands as well. My character is ready. I made it before. As you can see, it's a really simple character, not fancy stuff, low poly, and I have combined this tutorial few other workflows that I like to use when I make a character, and I have to tell you that I'm a beginner myself. I have about 300 hours in Blender, so just a beginner. So if you're a seasoned veteran in animation and rigging, I think you could switch the channel, unless you're a starter interested in rigging. This might be very useful for you. So let's start. So I'm gonna go to orthographic mode and the front view, and with Shift A I'm going to add a single bone. Okay, I guess it's behind the mesh. Yeah, let's move it in the middle of the mesh, and as you can see, we can't see the bone inside the mesh, so we're gonna go to the armature tab and then tap this X-ray button to show it. Then let's scale it down a bit with S. I think that's sufficient, maybe a bit larger. Yeah, and let's go to edit mode with tab, and as you can see, we have selected the single bone, the bone tip automatically. From there we're gonna extrude it up with E and Z. One thing to show to you, I'm gonna push the bone tab there. So as you can see, I push E and Z and X. So then you can see the roll here is 0. If I would push E and then take it here, there might be a roll, so it's safe to extrude along an axis. It will cause significant problems if you don't. Let's take this maybe here, let's take it back a bit. You know, that seems okay. Yeah, I like it. And then let's select tip of the chest bone, EX. Let's take it down a bit. Let's go top view. Oh, it's in the center, very fancy. Yeah, and now EZ. Then I'll move it a bit. EZ. Move it a bit. Oh, I would like to take the EZ. There is better. Yeah, and try to place the bones in center of the mesh. Okay, as you can see, the shoulder is a bit up. I could take it down a bit. That's better, I think. Okay, and now let's go to the hands. The bones are a bit distracting, so I like to paint this area with Alt plus B. So I'm gonna paint only this area, and then the only thing I will see is the hand. So there's no distracting in the background. Now we're in edit mode. Let's select the tip of this hand, Shift, and actually, yeah, let's extrude EZ here. That's fine. This is gonna be our hand controlling bone, and now we're in edit mode. We can add new bones with Shift plus A. So we're gonna do this. Actually, it's when you have the armature selected, the only thing you can do with Shift plus A in edit mode is add a bone. Okay. Unfortunately, we can't see it now because I have hidden everything. So Alt plus B will show them again. We have want to rotate this 180 in the x-axis, so RX 180. Let's scale it down a bit because it's finger really. Oh, RX 180. You funny finger. Okay, now Alt plus B. Let's do it again. Okay. Great. Let's put it in the middle. It's gonna be our middle finger. And I will make these fingers two-part to get a real nice curve. Three-part fingers are usually the best, but this low poly character doesn't really need. So I'm not going to force it. And also to save some time in this tutorial. Okay. Let's extrude it for here. Easy. Seems a-okay. Okay. Let's duplicate these with Shift and D. Select both and then Shift D. Duplicate it. I'm gonna move it in the Y-axis. Let's do the same here. Y-axis. And for the thumb, okay. And now we will have to rotate, scale, and set them in the right place. And for that, we'll have to select a finger. I'll have to select the armature panel and see axis. This is important for these fingers, that all fingers will point the same direction, especially when this hand fingers are pointing in different directions. We have to see that we'll rotate the same direction. Anyways, let's start from here. And I want the Z to be pointing at the back. So now we'll just take the roll from here and see that the Z axis points back. So that's fine. Select the second finger. Basically we want the both fingers to be in the same direction. Okay, that's fine, I guess. This one doesn't. Yes. That's good. That's good as well. The thumb. Okay. We will scale them down a bit. Take it up a notch. Okay, scale a bit more. Okay, that's fine. Actually, it's here. Yeah. The roll. Good. Yes. Okay, so then we will take the fingers to the right positions. Go to top view, it's easier to we'll take this one maybe a bit here. Okay. I think it's okay. That's fine. So then we will name these bones, which is important, as every naming the bones is really important, because we're gonna mirrorize this whole armature just do the other side, and then we will mirrorize it, and the naming convention will make Blender to name the bones as well. So it's good. And when we are setting some constraints and targets, it's important to know the name of the bones. Well, it makes it understandable. Okay, so let's start from here. So we have selected the bone panel, so from there we can change the names. So this is going to be nameless 1L. Nameless is this, we call this finger nameless in Finnish. 2L. Well, actually I would think, because this character only has 2 fingers, it's actually the pinky. Okay. Okay. I don't know why it named these. Oh, okay. I did a mistake there. Yeah. It's index 1 and index 2. Alright. So now rotation is done, the names is done. So now we will add finger constraints. So now we will go to pose mode, which is the armature mode's second mode. And we will select the top finger first with shift to the second one. Then we will go to add constraints and copy rotation. And target armature, and we'll find the finger. This is nameless 1, right? Okay, we'll disable this axis and set the local space. As you can see, it's already working. And now when we move this finger or rotate it, the other finger moves with it, right? Okay, so we will do this workflow with every fingers. Copy rotation, armature, find the real finger, middle one, local space. Okay. Great. And lastly, finally, the thumb. Copy rotation, armature. Oh, I forgot that. Thumb 1. Yes. Great. And finally, we will parent the hand with the fingers. So, let's go to edit mode. Select top finger first, then the hand, Ctrl plus P, and keep the offset. Ctrl P and keep offset. Great. This is now done. We can show everything now. Alt plus P. Now we will go to add the foot. The hand looks good, I think. Okay. Now let's extrude from the bottom. But when we extrude from the bottom, actually these bones will not get connected. As I can show you soon. Easy. Maybe the hip would go here and then there, right? Okay. But anyways, if you go to pose mode, I select this one, which is our root bone. Nothing actually, well, nothing, everything else is connected but the hip bone. We will connect them later on. But it's good to remember. So let's go back to edit mode. And front view, E, Z. Let's take it a notch to the right. Let's see from it looks good. Maybe a bit top. Yes. Easy. There. Let's take it back a bit. E, Y. There. Okay, too much. E, Y. I made a small skate. That's good. Good. Oh, maybe I should take this to the right a bit. Not you. We're fine there. Okay. As you can see, I'm making some curvatures, no straight lines. It's easier for Blender to understand what we want when we have some kind of, curvatures, as I said. Okay. Now, when we have this rig almost complete, we will add some control bones. We will add some IK bones, which comes from the word inverse kinematics, which will control the hand and the leg, and pull bones, which will control the angle in how the legs and arms go. So let's get to it. First we'll select this wrist here and this ankle, and E Y. Yes. And then we will clear their parents, select that one, Alt P, clear parent, this one, Alt P, clear parent. We will go to the bone tab, click deform away, so they won't affect the mesh, they will just control the bones. And then, okay, and well, actually at this point we're going to add the IK bones, the pole bones, and then we will name all of these bones. It's a tedious task, but it must be done. So Shift A to add a bone. Let's make it smaller. Let's take it here. We want it front of the hand, quite close. Yes, that's good. Maybe a bit smaller. Let's duplicate it. Take it down. It's gonna be in front of the knee. Sorry, I'm not a native speaker. And then I'm gonna turn deform away. Yes. Now, so let's start the naming. Okay, I'm gonna start from the hand here. So this is gonna be hand L. This is going to be arm IK L. This is going to be arm L. Arm upper L. Shoulder L. This is just going to be a head, and this is going to be a chest, and this is going to be a stomach. Great. This is going to be hip L. Leg upper L. Leg L. Foot L. Leg IK L. Arm pole L. Leg pole L. That's great. So let's go first to pose mode, and let's move our armature a bit. Okay, we can see our hand isn't connected, as you can see. I'm pretty sure I extruded, but I've done something wrong then. Hope you did as I said and not how I did myself. So to connect the armature, you have to first select the child and then the parent, as you do in Blender. And now connected. So let's check out all of our armature. How about this? Okay, it's funny. 2 bones. Well, how about these bones? Okay, they are connected. Yeah, so again, child first, then parent, connected. We could do it for this leg. We do it actually. We want to keep the offset. So we want the control bone to control this leg like this. It's good. So now let's add the hand constraint. So first, now as I said before, in Blender you usually select first the child and then the parent, but in this armature mode it's different. So first the IK bone and then the hand bone, arm bone. Control Shift C, inverse kinematics, and as we can see there goes a chain length measure a line to show where does this constraint go, like where the chain length finalizes. So as we have it in 0, in Blender it means infinite. We move it to 1, we can see a line. 2, we can see it going to this arm, and 2 is fine in this case. And then we have this pole target. Fine is 2 because now it controls his hand. We can control this whole hand with this one bone here, even the rotation. And then with this pole target we can as well have this angle going in the x-axis. Okay, but anyways, let's set the pole target. We have a bone for it. It's the arm pole L. So now we can test it out. Oh, and first, as you can see, our fingers are in a poor position. We should probably rotate this in the constraints panel, which we can open by selecting the bone and having this tab open. So here's the pole angle, and we can change it. Let's suits better our. Does this seem okay? We can try it out. With G, I'm moving with G. This seems a bit painful. It's not too good. Okay. Okay, with this we can manage, probably. Yeah, it's good. So when we want to return to the original position, select all with A, Alt and G. So it will return to the last clear pose location. Okay. And now for the foot, we do the same thing. So first the parent, and then the last leg. Control Shift C, inverse kinematics. Now it goes, the chain length goes here, so we want it 2. And then we will have pole target, which will be leg pole L. As we can see, it twitches a bit. Let's move it. Okay, that looks really bad. Let's maybe this is better. Let's check it out. Yeah, it's fine, right? It's good. So now we're almost finished. We still want to symmetrize this whole armature. So, oh, and of course, let's see this. Yeah. Let's connect these, and again, child first, then the parent, and now connected. Oh. Control P, keep offset. Okay, sorry about that, boys. Now we can see our mesh moving around, or not our mesh, our armature. As we can, the hand isn't uh, okay in my opinion, so we should rotate it a bit more. Yeah, so I sped it up because actually that rotating isn't so interesting, and I may have had a curse word in it, so that's not too classy. It's just Blender, you know. Okay, so now it looks good, right? Now we will mirrorize it. So we will go now to edit mode, and we will select all, NV, symmetrize. Ta-da! See? And you know what's cool? When we click names on, they are named with this R. So everything is fine. And now we can test it with our pose mode. Oh, yeah, it's good, except as we can see the pole angle in the other arm is twisted. I think the elbows are going quite okay. I could fix them a bit, but because I'm doing this tutorial, I'm just going to let it be. And you should definitely, if you have this problem, just go to the constraints panel. You have to play with the pole angle, and then move the IK bone. It's just finally we'll get there. You will may have to rotate the fingers, but you can do it easily by just going up, top view, and then some rotating. Oh, here, yeah, in top view. So the hand bone, and then just moving it around a bit so that they are inside the mesh, and then you can kind of see by taking the X-ray away, so how the fingers are. This isn't good, but anyways, I did it with the other hand. I don't think you're too interested. It's just testing and trying, and you'll get there, you know, when you're satisfied. So then we want one more control bone, right? And the bone we want is the bone which will move the mesh around. So now we can, you know, make it do some movement, but we want a control bone to, you know, be able to move our mesh actually from this location to here, you know. So we'll go to edit mode, and we have the armature selected, so Shift A, and we have a new bone. We will move it between the legs because it's just it makes more sense. Between the legs, yeah. Front view. Now we want RX 90. We want maybe to scale it down a bit. You know, it doesn't have to be big, and you can make it actually like a symbol or anything. You can even make it an image or something. Well, you know, yeah, it's okay. So then we will select the spine bone, stomach. We'll select all of our control bones. Oh, what did I select? Stomach, arm, IK are. So IK bones, all of the 4, and all of the pole bones. So now we have all selected. Of course, we should select last lastly and finally the parent. Now we have all, right? Yes. But we should first take deform off. Control and P, and definitely we want to keep the offset. Good. Now moving this moves the whole armature. Good, it's fine. And now we want to actually make the armature to take the we want this armature to bind on this to bind to this mesh. So that was really difficult for me to say. And object mode, we'll select the mesh first, then the armature, Control P, and set parent to armature object and with automatic weights. Yeah, as you can see, something happened. Our armature got really twisted. It's mainly because I really didn't have everything inside in like, you know, in the middle of the mesh. I just had it like somewhere there. But now we can go fixing some of this problem, this deforming, and we can select the armature. We will go to pose mode, then we will select the mesh, and we will go to weight paint mode. And this basically is we can see we select this chest bone, and the color tells how much effect it has on the mesh. So we select this bone, we can see it has some even this arm upper L bone has some effect on this chest, and we could fix it subtracting. Here's our brush. By subtracting, as we can see, it undeforms a bit, and this is usually a really tedious and long part as well in this making a character rig. But if you really set the bones in the middle of the mesh, you can avoid a lot of this. Usually the arms and arms are hard, and it's sometimes difficult to get right. And if you're a beginner like me, but you know, if you get these kinds of results before adding the armature to the mesh, you could just, you know, tweak about every bone, and, you know, scale them down, see that they're in the middle, and then in the weight paint mode you can waste a lot of time and making the mesh perfect. Yeah. Anyways, I am going to go out now, and I will continue this tutorial later, and we will add a hockey stick for this this player, and then yeah, that's it. Thanks.